Come on, where are you, Lucid9? There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're good. Hello, hello, hello. I am Manji Dragonfly. Welcome back to Lucid9. It's been a couple of weeks. I did not think I'd be still doing Lucid9 in February. I was going to do this last week. I was going to like move this up to 2 streams a week to try to finish it last week, but I mentioned on Twitter I kinda caught cold last week. It hit me pretty hard. In fact, honestly, I'm still kind of feeling a bit of residual, like, ick, sort of. It was a cold last week, sore throats, a lot of, like, congestion, very sore, very feverish at the very start. A lot that's gone down, but I have this annoyingly persistent cough. I've had this, like, annoyingly persistent cough for the last couple of days, so I took a cough drop, I've got some water. Bear with me if I wind up, like, coughing my lungs out a little bit on stream. I'm feeling a lot more peppy than I was last week, so I was in a bit of a funk last week from this cold, so let's see about finishing this up at long last. I did not want it to, like, start up this late. There's a few things I had to deal with first. Is that? Give me a moment. No, I think we did this. I think I did this last time before. Yeah, no, the game's just like that for some reason. If I do that, yeah, that little black sliver goes away. Okay. Like I said, I'm still fighting off, like, the last bit of a cold, or at least a persistent cough, so if I wind up, doing less voice acting and reading than usual, bear with me, folks. Again, though, you should definitely play this yourself. It's free. Please support. Give them some support, or share it, because, they've only got about, like, 13 days left in the campaign. And they're still not even halfway through, so consider offering your support, or at least playing the game yourself. It's good. I like it. We're near the end of the game, so I think it's important to state this again. Let's move on. You can do it. A clear, high voice pierces through the haziness of my mind. What? I know you can do it. Who's saying this? Which voice in our head is this? I'm down to the yard of some primary school where there's grass and trees and no towering monoliths of skyscrapers. It's most definitely a suburb. Prepare for a lot of me stopping to cough. I'll try to spare your ears by muting myself when I can. I'm sitting on a swing, and a tiny girl with legs that don't even reach the ground is on the swing next to me. She's a brave one. With every extension of her leg, she pushes higher and higher until she's almost horizontal with the bars. And I realize I'm also tiny and my own legs don't reach the ground. This day, I remember it well. I remember to the point of painstaking detail. I remember how the sun felt on my face, how the flowers sang in the wind, how the delayed shrieks of children were a soundtrack that played endlessly in the background. I remember despising it all, because no one should have been happy. Not when I had to move. Not when adults kept saying things I didn't understand. Not when Mizu was gone. So when they come, just tell them, okay? The girl's cheery voice broke me out of my thoughts. I was barely swaying back and forth in the swing, comical juxtaposition to her vivid enthusiasm. Okay. It was not okay. I was not okay, and I would not just tell him. But as a child, I had very quickly learned that saying okay was the easiest thing to do. Damn, I know that feel. That is a lesson I take it to this day. One thing I very much learned as an adult is that smiling and nodding is the best way to deal with people. Saying okay made people happy. Saying okay made people leave you alone. This girl was an exception. As she swung down, she suddenly ground her heels into the bark mulch beneath her feet. Wood chips sprayed at me. I promptly leapt to my feet, yelping in indignation. You know, this gave me a scary thought. Do school children nowadays still, like, have recess and, like, swing sets? I don't know anything about, I haven't been to a school in, I don't even know how many years now. Oh god. I graduated, like... Yeah, I graduated when I was 18. Wouldn't see a recess in college, so, oh my god, it's been, like, over 10 years. I'm old. I hate it. Hey! The girl jumped from her swing, landing in front of me. When she stood up, her hair seemed to glow like fire in the sunlight. Promise? Crazy girl! I flicked bits of bark off my elementary school uniform, nodding dully. Okay. Pinky promise? She stuck out a hand. I shoved mine in my pockets. Okay. You aren't pinky promising! Cross my heart. Hope to die? I didn't speak because I suddenly felt very funny. The girl's eyes widened. I'm freebirding it here. Don't worry about it, folks. Oh, maybe you shouldn't hope to die. Your sister is already dead. Jesus. She said this solemnly. As a 7-year-old, I had absolutely no concept of political correctness, so I only shrugged. Don't worry, Yama. There's a disturbing number of adults who also have no sense of political correctness. Yeah. You are a traumatized young child. You will be excused. It's okay. There's lots of trampolines in heaven. Trampolines and flowers. Okay. And the girl, through saying her piece, leapt back onto her swing and continued her crazy quest to the top. I only made shapes in the bark mulch with the tip of my shoe. Suddenly, the girl hunched her knees to her chest and pointed frantically in the distance. Hey! Hey, they're coming! Hey! I shrank against the swing. I need to look where she was pointing. I already knew what lay in that direction. Come on, Yama, get up! No! You promised! No, I didn't. Yes, you did! You just promised! No, Hey, you poophead! Oh, no! The elementary schooler hits you with the truest of insult! Poophead! I stiffened and glanced meekly at the newcomers. 4 older children, bigger in every dimension, with glittering eyes and smiles that were far too cheery for this time of day. Or any time of day, for that matter. You're stupid, poophead! Yeah, why don't you play like us? He doesn't even talk with anyone! Just stares at us with those freaky freak eyes. Like his freaky freak name! Yama, what a stupid poophead name! He's a mountain! The crazy girl slammed her shoes on the ground again, spraying mulch at them. They even flinched, and said they grinned widely. Oh, he's with a girl. Having fun with a little girlfriend, freaky freak. Oh man, I should have streamed last week. I have the perfect, like, nasally voice for these little brats. Ooh. I only hunched my shoulders and took the abuse. The girl, on the other hand, curled her fingers in the fists, crouching aggressively, beat their ass away. He's not my boyfriend! We don't kiss yet! Yama and Rui sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. I bet you got cooties from her. I don't have cooties. Ew, don't get too close, guys. You might get some. Run away! As the girl Rui lunged after them, the 4 split and ran circles around her, laughing raucously. Hey guys, I came up with a song. Yama Yama needs his mama. Freaky freak, just like a llama. Oi! Don't bring the llamas into this! Yeah! What's a llama? Doesn't matter. Yama needs his mama. Freaky freak just like a llama. Needs our girl to fight. Cause he has no might. They came up with this on the spot? I don't buy that! They slapped their hands together, laughing cruelly as I fought to keep the sting out of my eyes and throat. Okay. I said this placidly. Saying okay would make them happy. Saying okay would make them leave me alone. Oh! Yo! But just as they were about to lose interest, Ruri socked one of them straight in the face with her fist! Rage twisting her cherubic features! Her target collapsed to the ground, sniveling but wrestling loud. She downed one of them in one punch! Damn, girl! You hit like a girl! Is that the best you can do? Freaky his freaky girlfriend! I'm not his girlfriend! What on earth is going on here? Teacher jogged over the scene, followed by a crowd twittering students. Damn! Even in elementary school, Twitter is going wild! Oh, God. Ugh. Rose's eyes lit up, thinking that help was coming. I only continued to stare at my shoes. I knew what would happen. Teacher, these four bullies are... Teacher! Yama hit me! Look at him, teacher, I think he's going to die! Yama's not being nice. You said we should be nice, right? At the flip of the switch, the bullies had transformed into a pile of sniveling, clueless victims to the odious Freaky Freak. Teacher examined the scene before her, pursing her lips. Crowd waited her judgment. You know, at 7 years old, I already knew what it would be. Yeah, I understand all the bad feelings you must be dealing with, but you can't hit people, okay? Infuriated, Rudy jumped in front of me, yelling at the top of her lungs. They're lying, teacher! I hit him! Teacher smiled tenderly at her. I know you are very nice and you want to protect Yama, but he needs to take responsibility for his own mistakes. Yama, come with me. We need to see the principal. Okay. I sadly got to my feet and passed through the crowd to her side, still staring at my shoes. I could hear the bullies snickering in the background. Rory grabbed my sleeve, whispering softly but intensely. You know what? I'm gonna ask Mommy and Daddy. I'm gonna ask them how to get back at those poop heads! They'll be sorry. Just you wait. She released me. The teacher led me away, a proper criminal to the execution block. Ah, school. When you could be ruthlessly mocked, belittled, and bullied every single day, but the moment one of them cries that they got hit by you, you get immediately tossed out. And even when they deserve it, the best they'll do is that they'll also throw the bullies out while they're tossing you out. School, those zero tolerance policies suck. Man, schools are fucking rough when you get ostracized and you get treated like the odd one out. Get uttered. I feel like I can't really speak on the subject since I was very much the kid that always, like, skated under every single person's radar. No one ever really, like, bullied me. Of course, it might have also helped that since I was a little bit of a class clown early on in my school life, people generally liked me enough to, not really bother me. Of course, I was also kind of the, gullible, sweet little kid who was a little too willing to give people money when they asked for it for lunch. But hey, I never got bullied, so that's something. But yeah, that shit sucks. I know my buddy Lamb has a lot of interesting stories about their school life. Oh man. I tried to forget the encounter, string all the hope that was rapidly rising in me. Sooner or later, she would get tired of me. Sooner or later, she would decide to leave. Sooner or later, she would just be another face in the crowd, calling me Freaky Freak. She never did. Moved cities and started attending the academy, followed her out, all the while expecting that one day, she'd realize she didn't have to be with a freak and she could have any friend she wanted. Now that day, I would have moved to Osamu for nothing. But that day never came. I wake blearily, eyes still swimming in my mind foggy. It's very dark outside, dark and late. When was I out? Check my surroundings. Somehow my jacket's on the floor. I mean that the rest of the apartment seems to be in order. There's no sign of vomit or blood. Looks like I just knocked out for a while. Great, so we put ourselves on a list for nothing. I sink back into the couch, rubbing my aching temples. Okay, so maybe it was a stupid idea to look at pictures of corpses. What if I lapsed again without remembering anything? Yeah, I definitely should have thought through things a bit more. Try to return to my previous train of thought, but slipped far from me. My head's pounding mercilessly in my skull, and my vision is still wavering. I mean, So that was a waste of time, but hey, we got lore. It might be just best just to go to bed. Get some rest. I can tackle this tomorrow. All of it. It's also waked by the rattle of a jackhammer just outside my window. Feel dark out, my eyes are bleary. I rub at them and squint into the street. A handful of men garbed in bright orange are huddled around some crack in the middle of the road, surrounded by 3 large trucks. Definitely construction work of some kind. Fall back into my bed and jam my pillow over my ears. But it's futile. Noise pounds straight through my wall. Sucks to live in an apartment where there's like no sound insulation by the city with it to all their public works at night. No matter what way I turn, it continues to throttle me from all sides. Aggravated, I leap out of bed and head to my living room, kneading at the tension between my temples. All times construction, did it really have to be at such an ungodly hour? I mean, it's either that, they do it in the middle of the day, in full view of everyone, and tank the reputation! I retreat to the living room and lie on the sofa, but sleep avoids me. Looks like it's gone for good. Well, clearly this isn't going to work, so I just get up and start the day. Let's see, breakfast, fridge, completely empty, of course. To be fair, it's been a while since I've gone grocery shopping, but that does nothing to stop my growing irritation. This day looks like it'll be fantastic! I head to the door, pull out my shoes, but an alert from my phone stops me in my tracks. That text, or... I think that's... Oh no, you again, you cleaver. I've not heard from you in some time, Mr. Troll. Is night bothering you? Nights can often be unreasonable. No! No, I don't need another mysterious email. I don't need advice. I don't need any of this. Unreasonable? Wasn't there something about the case that was unreasonable? Come to think of it, maybe I should check into the independent killings again. From the sounds of it, those killings may have a substantial connection to this case. Well, I guess the internet exists for a reason. I mean, researching serial killings is one of them, but I don't think that's the one that most people will tell you the internet was made for. I draw my phone, running a search on the independent killings. There's a laptop right there! I shouldn't, like, be like, oh, background info, like, I get it. I do, I'm an ass like that. A few options pop up. When I tap on them, they never load, only spinning in place. Oh no, the government is already upon us. They're stopping you from looking up even more dead bodies, you sick freak! What the heck? Tap again, refresh, restart my browser. The internet's fine. I checked the NNN website and it loads within a second. Nothing with the independent killings. I'm sorry, what is the NNN website? Because when I see 3 N's, I don't think of, like, a website. Like I said, there's a specific reason people think the internet was made for. You know what? No, I'm not. You know what? No, I'm not gonna risk, like, punching an NNN website into Google. That sounds like an incredibly poor idea, actually. Let's not do that. Seriously, the last thing I need is tech problems. Today seems to be one of those days where nothing goes right. Charlotte keeps still, breathing deeply to save all the irritation. My inordinate sleep, paired with a nagging twist of hunger, starting to haze my brain. No, I need to fight this. First, I have to buy groceries and make some breakfast, so that my stomach will help me think clearer. I head to the kitchen for my book of coupons. Technically, I'm not short on money, but it never hurts to save. One of the few things I can do for my parents. Oh man, I know that feel. Like, even when I do have, like, the money for something, I will always hold off for a sale. Even when sick game, I have, like, $30, I could totally buy it for. I mean, why buy it when I can wait for the sale? Like, that's just good business sense. Like, a good sale, not like the cheapo, crappy, like, Oh, it's 10% off now that it just released just now. Nah. You gotta wait for that, like, 35 or higher percent off. Unless it's like a real cheap game, but whatever. When I looked through the drawer, I found a phone tucked away in the back crevice. Phone? What's a phone doing here? Do you not have a landline? I mean, that would make sense. My mother doesn't have a landline, but... I'm trying to remember, back in, like, 2016 or 2018, if, like... Because I know, like, cell phones and smartphones were becoming more and more of a thing, but... People... Is that the point where, like, people were starting to, like, ditch the landlines? My father does have, like, a home phone. My mother has not had a home phone or a landline or whatever you want to call it for, like, many, many years. I don't know, does Yama not have, like, a home phone? Is he just, like, yeah, I got a cell phone, that's good enough. Because, like, I get it, I do. Paying for a phone bill just seems like a complete waste when you've already got a cell phone. Curious, I pick it up, turning it over in my hands. Don't recognize it. It's the latest premium Lemniscape model, upscale even from my standards. Whoever owns this has to be a really rich kid. Is this not the one from Misaki? I try to switch the phone on, but nothing happens. Not even the empty battery indicator. Odd. Is it completely dead? Pry the back panel open only to find that there's nothing where the battery should be. Weird. Looks like someone took out the battery. Now I've got this random phone, I have no idea where it came from. Wait, isn't this the model that Misaki was talking about before? That's they're holding some kind of lottery drawing for. Weed? The good weed, right? What?! Why are they be giving that away at drawing? I'm puzzled as well. So am I explaining what this weed is? WEE's just an acronym for Wall Electric Energy Director. It's very well liked by Snoop Dogg. It's a new Lemniscape cell phone that can run on power from a wall socket even without a battery. That's right. This is the new model that Misaki was raving about. I can just use my universal Lemniscape charger to turn it on. Hiko's the one who told you that! I put the phone to the wall, holding my breath as I tap the switch. Wallpaper glimmers to life. Cheery group full of 7 or so people taking the school courtyard. What the? These faces! The faces of Shoji, Akane, Haru, and Hiko. All around them are 3 other students whom I don't recognize, but I think I've seen them around the cafeteria as the Happy Club. Is he Hiko's phone? No, he hasn't come over since last week. Even if he did, there's no reason he'd leave his phone here, much less without a battery. I noticed the phone has no lock system, no number code, no fingerprint recognition, no voice command. Someone did not believe in security here! That's so bad! Something feels dirty about looking through someone else's personal information. Given the circumstances, it can't really be helped. It's time to make up for the time we did not participate in that one stupid security breach game at the amusement park. I held my breath and slide the lock aside. A barrage of messages pop onto the screen, all from Hiko. Bewildered, I filter through them. Hiko Hikari, new messages. Dude, where are you? Dude, tell me right now. Haru, pick up your damn phone! I'm coming, so help me! I'm coming for you, damn it! The phone slips out of my hands and clatters onto the counter. I stare at it wordlessly, aghast. This is Haru's phone? What's Haru's phone doing in my apartment? Finally, I checked the timestamp of the messages. 2 nights ago, just an hour after the train incident. Train accident where Yahiko had allegedly been arrested and taken to the police. Is that why his words were so harsh? Then why did I see him in District 6 that night? Haru, Hiko, Shoji. The lapse. What happened during the lapse? I stumbled to the couch, my vision spinning before my eyes. What's going on? Trauma? We unlocking the trauma memories? Just shifted from my eyes and overwhelmed my vision. I'm in my apartment, but out of my apartment. I'm in the present, but I'm in the past. Everything smells like iron. Iron, trash, smoke. walk forward and the carpet against my feet turns to slime. District 6. I'm in District 6. I'm in my labs. Excuse me for a moment. Alright, sorry about that. Stagger forward, blindly reaching for a hole on the wall. A garbage bin, anything. My shoes catch against something on the ground. I barely hold my balance. A few feet away lies a corpse, even with long, slender cuts over every inch of its skin. Trickles of red seeping to the ground. Dark pool sloshes over the cement, sluggishly crawling toward my shoes. I step forward, fixed with morbid fascination, peer to the corpse's mutilated face. No, what's Haru? Why is he? It's so weird that, like, we're making this whole big, like, we had this whole CG about, like, this dude who doesn't actually have a character sprite. It's especially wild since there are other characters who have had character sprites and have had so much less of a presence in the story than Haru has at this point, like, the mayor, that one police cop Katsu, and there was also that one, like, speaker dude, like, way back in the beginning of the game during, like, the whole, like, club, like, recruitment thing. They've all had portraits, and I feel like they've had far less, like, importance to the plot than Haru has. Here's this whole CG of him. Why doesn't he get a character sprite? Fallen Snow Studios, please! I need an answer! I have to be mistaken. I have to... Nausea kindles in my stomach. I'm struck still with shock, my limbs frozen to the ground. I can feel my nostrils strangling me. I'm sorry. Eyes are moving still, rivets suffering. I run. It's as fast as my legs will take me, weaving through buildings, streets, until my lungs are bleeding for air. My surroundings whizzle past me, twisting in the macabre images of mocking beasts. Too late. Always too late. Yama! I grind to a halt, struggling to keep a grip on my panic. Hiko stands before me, his phone open and a light in his hand. Pale in the moonlight, almost to the point of being a ghost. Hiko? What are you doing here? We stare wordlessly at each other. Hiko suddenly shakes his head, as if waving his thoughts away. Have you seen Haru? It depends on your definition of see. That's probably the worst time to have a smart mouth if I can't help myself. I have to find some cruel humor in the moment, or I'll break. I saw what was left of him. You... what? Hiko's eyes search my face, but I'm unable to speak. Quickly grasps my shoulders. What are you doing? You shouldn't even be here! I scoff at this. No, really? Hiko rifles his fingers through his hair agitatedly. Don't you dare tell anyone! Eyes are pleading, but the urgency in his words startle me. Why not? No one can know about this! His face makes me wonder. It's almost as if he already knows that Haru died. Can't someone will find out? He falters, staring at me in disbelief. I'm trying to help you, dude! You have to get out of here! Now! Voice is flat. I don't even know who I'm talking to. This is not the same Hiko that I've known for 2 years. Why would I... Go! Leave! The intensity of his voice shocks me into obedience. I race away, fleeing to the safety of my apartment. I don't look back. That was a lot less substantial than we might have thought. With the door open and race to the bathroom, sagging against the toilet as nausea roils in my stomach. Haru's injuries flash before my eyes, inducing a bit of retching. It feels like hours before my body finally seems to calm down. What did I just see? My hallucination merges with reality. Much over the sink, staring endlessly down the drain. Haru, mutilated to death. Hiko, District 6 without any rhyme or reason. Everything pointing to me. rather than the incountable alien in my body during the lapses. Gone. It's all gone. I'm too late. I can't. I shouldn't. I didn't. Izu, Haru, Shoji. I stood by. I killed them. Killed them all. Yama! Let's get you. Let's go see Mitsurio. I think you need some therapy, my guy. Blood. There's enough of the metallic scent kind of turns sweet. Almost like a rich, vibrant pool of paint. Paint that gets everywhere. Seeps into the walls, the cement. Paint. Art. I've never been much of an artist. Maybe if I was, Rui would have stayed, but Rui left. No, I chased her. I killed her, just like I have with everyone else. Dude, I'm done. All of this. Too late. Hopefully I'll be over this before the end of the week, cause God, I'm gonna actually get concerned. I'm gonna get concerned if I'm not completely bounced back from this cough or illness or whatever I've got soon. And there goes the bell. Finally. Gosh, I thought my class would never end. Don't forget, big test tomorrow. Class grows in unison if I don't join them. Except in my fate, I'll just suck at math forever, so I might as well not study. Great, now I sound like Yama. Who are we following right now? Yama. Big dummy. Whining dummy. NC dummy. Dummy that I haven't seen since the train accident. Yeah, I'm worried. Is that pathetic? I feel like that's pathetic. Rui? All the other words he said. I'd be mad at him. How can he say things like that? How can he use that kind of weak spot against me? I still trust him, I guess. He can't seem to stop trusting him. Besides, if I'm honest, I've said some terrible stuff too. I just want to talk it out. You haven't had an argument that bad since Miki left. Don't everything will be fine if we can just talk it out. Why would I need to be the one to take the first step? Okay, I know it was insensitive, but does Yama know that I just want what's best for him? He's never really been able to take care of himself. He's like a big overgrown baby. Really attractive big overgrown baby. Rui, do not ever use the words attractive and baby in the same sentence like that ever again. Please, girl. Cheeks still flush, remembering how he suddenly wrapped his arms around me and shielded my eyes from seeing Shoji. Whoa, okay, Rui, cut it out. That's just pathetic. So when do I know died right in front of me instead of just thinking about my crush? Is that what they mean by coping mechanism? Ugh. Anyway, Yama, baby, Yama. Is that why Yama got so upset? Because I keep thinking he needs to be taken care of. I don't know. It's been so long since we've been so distant. I don't even know what to do. This is what twins feel like when they're separated. Lost. You know, they technically have other friends. Certain meddlesome roommates whose names I won't mention, but may or may not be called Akira. Anyway, being apart is like walking without shoes or doing homework with a pen instead of a pencil. I'm gonna contest that last one, but that might just be because I remember, like, during, like, the second half of my school life, I definitely remember there being pens with, like, erasers on them. Which is good, because I'm pretty sure at there was a certain point, like, in middle or high school, I think they actually make it so that, like, you have to use a pen. At least I think I remember that being a thing in my classes. Walking without shoes, though, that's just fucked up. At least for, like, walking outside without shoes. Why the fuck would you walk outside without shoes? Like, I had to do that for, like, my karate classes. That shit sucks. Not seriously bad, but just weird. Not comfortable. Maybe I should just talk to him. And the way things are going at this school, it's better to not live with regrets. At the same time, can I really do it? Hey, Rui! Classmate popped in front of me with a cheery wave. Don't even forget her name, but I instinctively returned her smile. Hey, what's up? We're in the GFC, you game? So, Volters, GFC. I wouldn't give her a trip to GFC with everyone there. Alright, I think I'll pass. Ah, don't be a party pooper, come on! I really can't, but thanks for the invite. You're not gonna talk to Irie Haraga, are you? What? Where did that come from? I don't know, well, you used to hang out with her. I mean, she stuck up for Irie. We went and they did karaoke together, so... I glanced in Irie's direction out of the corner of my eye. Even though school technically ended, she's sitting calmly in her seat, munching a peach. You should just go up and talk to her because of her quietness. How she was bullied, how she was labeled. It really reminded me of Yama. I still should reach out to her. I still should defend her. But it just hurts. Is that why you were with me? Sitting around someone you know you're better than? Everything probably made you feel really good about yourself. It's not true. It can't be. I wouldn't have done something like that, right? Didn't some philosopher once come up with a theory that every act someone did was only done to help themselves? There's no such thing as a real good deed. Helping elderly people just make yourself feel better. Giving to the homeless is just to get attention. Loving family is just to repay them for raising you. In the end, everything is selfish and selfless love doesn't exist. No, that can't be possible. He must have just been a real moper. Rue? Huh? Oh, sorry. I just remembered that I left my laundry in the washing machine. The lie passes smoothly from my lips. It's even scary as I don't feel a hint of guilt. Oh, I see. That happens to me all the time. I know, right? I really should set an alarm. I mean, that's what I do. Every time I do laundry, I have to, like, set the alarm immediately. I will forget otherwise. Well, I guess we'll get going. See ya. Have a good time. When she exits the room, though, I instantly drop my smile. Right. Now I'm a fake. Just like the rest of them. Feeling a bit under the weather. What's up? Akira! Kira suddenly leaves from beneath my desk. I smile in relief. I think it's real this time. Hey, Kira. Did I ask why you were hiding on under my desk? Well, I tell you, but then I have to kill you. So, Java Club? I don't think so. Not today. She stares at me. Not in a judging way, but definitely searching for answers. Remember what you promised? Yeah, but he's not even in school. That's exactly why you should come. We're doing confidence exercises. That way, after club, you can go right to his apartment. What? Today? Well, no time like the present. I can't do that. Not in the current situation. The situation won't change unless you make it, Rue. It's a universal fact. Love. Inertia? Precisely! An object in motion stays in motion with the same speed in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Currently, the object that is your and Yama's relationship is headed straight into a black hole. Will be crushed into tiny bits! Hey, I'm pretty... Things don't get crushed in a black hole. They get spaghetti-fied. I think. It's been a long time since I've researched what good stuff getting into a black hole does to you. I don't even feel comfortable mentioning, like, the source I do remember that tidbit from. Let's put that aside for now. Or create a time-space paradox that unravels the very fabric of the universe. I point dramatically to the sky. She grins in satisfaction. Exactly. So, you should try. As soon as possible. I lower my hand. I'll try. I say this mainly to appease her. I'll say I don't want anything to do with Yama. Not anymore. I'm thinking about him first. There's points where I feel like I can barely breathe. Rue, it'll all be okay. I look back on this one day and think, ha! Well, I was as silly as a goose in a soap opera. Yo, do you know how many soap operas would be improved by the presence of a goose, though? My throat feels sore. I want to believe her. Honest. Thanks, Agent Angle. Angle? I was not an Agent Goose. Both Silly Goose and Mother Goose. Squeezes my shoulder comfortingly. I'm going to the club, okay? Come when you can. Everyone misses you. Okay, have a great time. As always! Squeezes my shoulder again and disappears into the hallway. I should feel terrible for lying. I can't bring myself to feel anything at all. I mean... Can you literally die of a broken heart? I think I remember reading that's a thing. At the very least, it is actually, like, It is actually as painful as like an actual physical injury. I think I remember reading somewhere. So if you're feeling it from, you know, if you're feeling it from getting crushed by mean words from your crush, yeah, give me one moment. Taking my bag next to the school. It was more like something out of habit than my own conscious choice. I actually don't come to my senses until I reach the school entrance. Why am I here? There's no reason for me to leave. I live on campus. I don't have any activities. I'm not going to eat anywhere. I thought you were like, I am moving back to my parents for now. Oh, right. The E's and I used to hang out here. Usually before a trip to GFC. The idiots. Rue and the 3 idiots. Oh man. Oh man, I wonder if Masao, Yama, and Yahiko ever played some Dragon Ball Fighters. Wait, remind me, what year Dragon Ball Fighters came out? Was that in 2018? Because technically we might be in like the correct time period for that. January 26, 2018, yo! Get on some Dragon Ball Fighters, Yahiko Masao! There isn't anyone now. Turn back to the school, but some movement catches the corner of my eye. Huh? What was that? I head around the corner, but there's nothing except a trash bin. Weird. I must just be tired. Thinking about heading back to my dorm to rest, but Kira's suggestion makes me hesitant. And she supplied the idea of visiting Yamase. I can't get out of my head. Terrible idea. He hates me. He doesn't want to see me. He's tired of me. Right? Who's remembering the idiot to pay his utility bills on time? Who's dragging his sorry buck through school? Who's keeping him from collapsing out of exhaustion? Kira, why? Fine, I'll go. Just for a few seconds. Pop in, make sure some nuclear disaster hasn't happened, pop out. Easy, right? I should stop asking rhetorical questions. They tend to give me the answers I don't want. Huh? Around peering down the road. Just normal people, normal cars, normal houses. Nothing out of the ordinary. I must just be really tired. Okay, what's going on? Travel closer to the stream blends into the crowd. I swear there's this constant shadow on the edge of my sight. No matter what way I turn, I can't seem to see it. Rue. There, again! So to pick up the pace, weaving the more populated streets. Rue! Still there. What's going on? I need to get out of here. I'm just being stupid, but I swear that shadow's actually following me. Rue! I drive back to the school, only stopping for breath when everything seems safe. No sign of that person, whoever they were. Good. That didn't look right. That did not look right. What was that? It looked like they were behind the school, but that's not possible, is it? You only entered the gate. How did they get in without me seeing? Figure starts running straight at me. I didn't have time to think. I immediately sprint away, heading back to the main street. If anything can protect me, this crowd can! Granted, we're all somewhere in the mass of people gathered by the crosswalk. When I glance behind me, I still see this figure hanging around the edge of the buildings. I can't even get a distinct outline, but I swear I see 2 glinting eyes in the shadows. They seem to be looking right at me. Shudder, pressing myself as close to the crowd as possible. Thankfully, when the stoplight turns green, the figure doesn't follow. But it's a little strange. That person seems so familiar. I had to restore my head pounding terribly. This must be what it's like to have a hangover. Are we still following Rue, or? I just absolutely scanned the surroundings out of habit. City, nighttime, sitting on a bench, cool breeze and clear sky, and weather I would have enjoyed in different circumstances. That's right. I lapsed. Yep, we're back with Yama now. Draw my phone almost lazily. My brain's still fuzzy as I check the time. 10 p.m. Must have been out of it for how many hours? 14? Entire day gone. No record of where I went or what I've been doing. Check my bank records on my phone. Nothing new. Give me a moment. Alright, that should be better. Check my bank records on my phone. Nothing new. Photos, notes, calendar, nothing. Pockets? Doesn't look like anything's stolen, at least nothing super important. No messages and no calls, whether incoming or outgoing. Unless they've been deleted. That it? Nah, wait, something in my jacket pocket. Pull out a slim phone that's cool and smooth against my palm. Right. Troublesome phone of Harubunya. Harubunya who was brutally murdered. Harubunya who had the latest phone model. Harubunya who, after being murdered, somehow had his latest phone model make its way into my apartment. If this doesn't raise more than a few questions, nothing will. I don't seem to care. Why don't I seem to care? Well, I guess it's not like I'm going to get any answers by just standing around here. I mean, you never know, the plot could come to you. I should head back to my apartment, take another look, see if I missed anything. Now that I'm actually thinking clearly. Almost a little too clearly, actually. What's this? As I was near to my apartment complex, I noticed a line of police cars surrounding the entrance gate, lights flaring and sirens blaring. You! In the center of their light stands none other than Shigure Enomoto, deep in conference with a police officer recognized from my little trip into the forest. As per usual, Shigure is practically screaming her lungs out with every word. Are you not cognizant of the impediments by which I have come? Officer Kobayashi, the Bureau has considered this student must be incarcerated under suspicion of the recent homicides. Though I am aware, I harbor my own suspicions. You consider such an intellectually impaired ersatz for a humanoid slot possessed a sophisticated genius necessary to orchestrate the mass murder of his associates? Wait, is she talking about me? Are they talking about me? Police are here. If the police are talking about me, they're waiting to arrest me? You know more than I do. Was your opinion on the matter? He was my errand boy. Couldn't be good at reading people. You're saying that you misread the suspect? Muscle Jigure's jaw twitches. She stuffs her hands in her pockets and murders something they can barely catch. I'm not wrong. And you agree that Yama Ishimoto is the prime suspect. What? Would she? Jigure, the legitimate detective, does she believe that I'm the killer? She wouldn't, right? The incident in my chest promptly dissipates, replaced by pounding fear. Even Shigure believes it. Doesn't that mean that's true? I agree. She agrees. I agree. The universe agrees. Try to step back into the shadows. Feet fumble and I clutch desperately at the wall, staring blankly before me. I'm glad we're on the same page. Now submit a request to Lemonscape to track his phone. Time such an action would take is too substantial. Barring the convict conveniently shares his location with us, the process can take up to 48 hours. We better get started. He motions to several officers standing by. Gather around him in a loose circle. Wordlessly, I turn my heels and sprint away. Where to? Can't even say. Shoes seem to move automatically even as my mind stands still. Corner here, turn here, stop here. Yeah, that's right. I'm not just an ordinary high school student who woke up from an overlong nap. I'm a murder suspect. A guilty conscience. Who holds the phone of the murder victim in his hand after the victim's death. Great. She's not the type of lie to protect someone. Should have expected that answer from her. And if I accepted, shouldn't I be turning myself in? Un momento. I ran to a hall of the subway platform, sliding to the nearest bench. Alone in a crowd, isn't that the expression? Hanging around public is probably the worst place for me to be. As soon as I get a hold of my picture, my face will be broadcasted across the nation. Who knows? Maybe he's already posted on Patter. Maybe Saki or Hiko have already stumbled across it. Like Shigure, just like Shigure. Turning one by one. Not a friend, not an Arab boy, not an academy student. Murder convict. Why wouldn't they leave? Why wouldn't they all just go? Because you're not guilty. Voice is almost deafening in my head, resounding in every corner of my brain. Almost started to sound. What I want doesn't matter. Evidence says otherwise. Killings happening at night. Culprit, someone who knows the security procedures of the academy well. Looking fake sanity too well. What if when I'm sleeping my personality changes? I get up, sneak across the town. You know that's not true. Alright, that's enough. Who are we talking? Who's in our head talking to us? The suppressed part of our subconscious that actually likes us? Close my eyes and quiet my thoughts, waiting for an image to materialize. Sure enough, a familiar figure steps onto the scene. What are you doing here? I'm here to bail you out, kid. You know, last time I checked, you were supposed to be keeping me sane, not, putting voices in my head. Huh, I can only keep you sane if there's any sanity to keep, kid. Touché. You know, what you're feeling right now, that's disassociation. You should really see me. You really should have come see me at some point today. You're subconsciously alienating yourself from your own emotions due to anticipating future trauma. I know what disassociation is. I like it. What? It's a painkiller. What isn't there to like? Snap out of it, kid. You only get to the bottom of this if you dedicate yourself to it 100%. Can't be afraid to feel. I hope you know how cheesy you sound right now. Will it make you feel? Feel what, exasperation? Can't give up, kid. Not now. Why not? What's there to discover? I'm a murderer? A fugitive from justice? Look, do you honestly believe that you're the murderer? I'm the part of your brain that hates you so much that even the thought that you are capable of committing murder is unthinkable to me. You're that pathetic, Yama Ishimoto. Yes. But clearly you actually don't. You wouldn't have dragged me here. We got my time for now, kid. Make it worth it. Star a little at the accuracy of this Ryota. I must have spent way too much time with him. If you're at this point because you have not spent enough time with him, I think. So, the null hypothesis is that I'm the serial killer, and the working hypothesis is that I'm not. Good start, good start. What does that mean? It means that I just need to find evidence that I'm not the killer. You won't sell for that, will you? You want to find out who's really behind all this. I may not even know him. You're kidding, right? There's this huge piece of evidence hanging right in front of you that... You know what? It's more fun if I just watch you figure it out on your own. I know that feel. Why am I still becoming intrigued? How much do I know what I think I don't? Does it solve the police with all their resources and brain power and authority still can't... Yama, please. These are limited by a little something called bureaucracy, you know. Besides, remember your advantage. My advantage over the police? You have a core piece of evidence that they know nothing about. What might that be? Dashing good looks! Let's... Oh, do we fuck around? I'm trying to remember if this is another instance where, like, you get an Achievo for, getting the whole thing right in one go without a single mistake, like, the starting thing with Chigure, but... Let's fuck around. My dashing good looks. Clearly don't share my amazing hair and my to-die-for body. That moment when your subconscious just silently stares and judges you for being a dumbass. Ha! That was a very possible imitation of Yahiko Ikari. That's what you were going for? 4 stars for effort. I wasn't joking. Yeah, you were. Give me some real evidence this time, kid. Ah, yes. The most damning piece of evidence. Gossip. I know more of the inner workings of school than they do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You think school gossip is reliable? What alternate universe are we in? It's still an advantage, isn't it? Remember, kid, any popular gossip in school goes on patter. You saying the police wouldn't check patter? Do police just look at pattern? Do police just look at Twitter for evidence? I know that, like, so it is a thing that, like, cybersecurity people will, like, you know, check Twitter, or at least they used to before someone went and fucked the whole thing up by, like, firing, like, a shit ton of their cybersecurity team, probably. I don't know the inner workings of Twitter, thank God for that. But I do remember seeing a lot of threads about, like... But the thing I do specifically remember is seeing a couple of threads by people who, you know, do work cybersecurity, talking about, like, hey, you really shouldn't join Mastodon or, all the other, like, Twitter, like, alternatives by these indies who don't know a single thing about, like, cybersecurity and, like, you know, covering their ass legally. Because this is all shit that, like, people working at Twitter had to, like, figure out. This is all shit that, like, they had to figure out as they went along, and, like, people at Mastodon and, Hive or whatever, they don't know. They don't know how to cover their ass. So they don't. They're just waiting to get absolutely fucked. That was a while ago, though. I don't know if anything's changed. I'm not about to check. I already don't like Twitter. Why would I like the fucking sites that are trying to follow Twitter? Trying to take Twitter's place. Come on, that's just a recipe for disaster. Well, I didn't think of that. There you did. You just made me do the dirty work. Try again, kid. Do the police have psychological profiles? Give me information on the students' psychological problems. Do they know that much? They know that in so much depth? Why wouldn't they? You think they would have interrogated me for those profiles? Well, if you put it that way, get good, kid. Get good! Get good, Yami Ishimoto! Set the part of your brain that resembles Ryota. Alright. It's time to fuck around. We are in fuck around mode. But I have Haru's phone right here with me, because it was in my apartment. Bingo, police don't have his phone in their physical possession. Not like you. They don't have the same hints. Now, to be fair, they were buzzing around your apartment like vultures around a cadaver, so something definitely attracted their suspicion. Not like anyone else was at Haru's murder beside you and the killer. At least no one witnessed it firsthand. Not only that, but the police didn't come to my apartment until just today. Well, this phone just tucked away in my apartment. It had to have gotten there somehow. Whoever put the phone in my apartment knows the code, since there was no signs of a break-in. And? Well, you're basically saying the killer is someone close to me because he can access my apartment. I mean, anyone can get access to your apartment if they go and talk to, a creepo Natsuke, since she seems to know. Yes, and? You don't think they could be, well, I don't know, me? Oh, really? And how'd you lure the victim out, even though you weren't close to them? Why didn't you remember taking the phone from Haru, removing its battery, or putting it in your drawer? Balance of probability remains that you will remember at least one of those events. Even so, you're not seriously entertaining this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde play, kid. You know your own medical reports. The last things are a problem with your memory, not your behavior. It could have changed since then. Do you even know how sad it is that you're losing an argument with yourself? Nope, I know that feel. I know that feel, though. Let's move on, kid. We only got so much time. Even I have to admit that's an unlikely scenario. Right. So then what? Assuming you know the reason why Haru's phone was in your apartment, then how did it get there? Well, someone else had to put it there. Good. Who and why? Killer to frame me. That would have been the only other person with access to Haru's phone before the police arrived. The police wouldn't have planned to phone my apartment. Would they have? Like, presumably in this case they wouldn't, but I think I did remember reading about, like, how a thing that police do sometimes is that, like... 1 second. But I think I do remember reading that, like, a thing that police do sometimes is that they will plant, like, drugs in your car trunk if they have, like, a K9 unit out to, like, find it. I'm trying to remember if they actually do, like... I want to say they don't, but I feel like I also remember reading at least one instance where, like, they planted drugs in someone's car for their K9 unit and then still arrested them? I might be full of it. I might have no clue what I'm talking about. I don't have a source. This is just a vague recollection. Let's just assume that I've, like, made this up in some horrible fantasy of mine. Because I don't want to think about the alternative that that's a thing that, like, happens in the real world. Hey, now we're getting somewhere. Even if you found the phone, the killer wanted to make certain that you wouldn't know what it was for. Why did that fail? What? We found out it was Haru's phone because you turned it on. That's clearly not within the killer's plan. There's anything the killer didn't know about... Well, we know what the killer didn't know about, so of course we gotta fuck around. Probably didn't know about the new revolutionary voice assistant feature. Serious everywhere, kid. Well, what makes you say that? You're just tossing random answers out of a hat, kid. No, I'm pretty sure I was going somewhere with that. We're gonna be something better. Or you're getting all F's. The F in the chat for Yama. That's not fair. I have to tell you this, but life isn't fair. So, the actual answer? The tracking feature. You probably didn't know about the newest tracking feature. You know, the one where you can track your phone even when it's off, if you fill out some paperwork and everything. Well, yes, I dare say you didn't, but that would have only worked out to his advantage, no? Because they tracked Haru's phone and found out your apartment. I mean, regardless, he probably sent a location page to the police before turning the phone off. That was when they'd be swarming around your apartment. So, you're talking about something else. I am. Fine, the wall charging feature. Killer might have taken out the battery, but he didn't know that I could power the phone just by plugging it into the wall charger. Which means, he knows about some technology, but not all. He knew enough to take out the battery, but not enough for the latest features. Ha! You're going. You may actually solve this for real, if you stop fucking around and picking all the wrong answers, Yama! See, you already know one thing about the killer that the police don't. Hooray, let's throw a party. Ah, suck it up, kid. We're in your head, I could totally throw a party for you. There's another weird thing about Haru's case that you need to remember. Happen to know what it is? Clearly, it's the method of death. He was killed with a different weapon. Was he? When I think about it, I'm pretty sure he was cut to death like the others. Great, I really don't need that image in my head right now. We don't need to be we're already inside our own head! We don't need a lapse in our head! So I think that's really out of place with Haru's death, kid. Think harder. The time. Did he die at an odd time? I don't know. Did he? Well, didn't the other victims die really late at night? I don't know. Did they? Or died earlier than that, I think. Right? I don't know. Did he? Ryota. Can't tell you the answer, kid. I can only help you along the way. Wait, was that the correct answer? I thought it was location since it was, like, within the bounds of the Samu. Well, then, since I left after the train accident, I left my apartment when it was really late. Probably was around the same time as the other victims. Well, then there you go. Thanks for nothing, useless old man. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, no. I'm not going crazy yet. Location. He was killed in an alley in District 6, not in the forest. Good. Good. And? It's a place with too many potential witnesses around. You know the forest has police on patrol. It's not like they can secure a large portion of it, much less the entire forest. Probably knows the forest like the back of his hand. He could have easily stuck around them. Sad truth, but good. Although it would have been risky to take a screaming victim to an area swarming with personnel. The forest had been swarming with personnel 2 days ago? The police were throwing a party for themselves. Well, I'm pretty sure that there was something to do with the police that day, so maybe, you know, there might have been less people at the forest. You're just guessing now, aren't you? That's a very real possibility. Seems like you missed the important part, kid. What? Remember what happened before Haru's murder? What happened before? What were you doing precisely before you ran off to District 6? I was arguing with Rue. And before that... Oh, that's right! Oh, we're not gonna get to pick the other wrong option, damn it! There was also the day of Shoji Hasegawa's death right on the subway tracks. I can't imagine the group of the Fours would be anything more than a skeleton crew. Well, technically, there would be two entirely different divisions. One with violent crimes, the other is probably with civil affairs or something. Usually yes, but might have been reported as murder. He was arrested and interrogated for it. You see how easily he walked out of it? It's been a witness interrogation, not as a suspect. Well, it's either that or his parents were influential enough to... Okay, we're getting off topic here. Something worth considering, but let's put a pin on that. See if that's something we need to return to after we discuss everything else. Let's just sell it like this. It's likely that it was handled by the Violent Crimes Division because it involved the death of another Academy student in the wake of multiple student disappearances. Furthermore, there were 3 witnesses at the scene. You, Yahiko, and Rue. And all of you are also Academy students. Happy? Why didn't I think of that? You just did. I did it for you. I'm also part of you, remember? I am you, Yama. So why does that matter? Or was it still a fairly viable option? At the very least, it would be away from the overly inquisitive citizens. But why was Haru still murdered in District 6? I guess it means that the killer wasn't entirely in charge of his circumstances. Things didn't happen according to his plan. But the question we must ask is this. Why and how was Haru murdered? I can't answer all of that. You're killing me over here, kid. Keep it up and I'll kill you instead. Fine, I'll rephrase it. Remember how every victim previous logged in for curfew before they disappeared? Yeah. Haru didn't. He was away from school even before curfew told. See something weird? Besides the obvious break-in pattern? Holy smokes, kid, the pattern is odd. Why did the killer come kidnap students after curfew? Let's say I'm your everyday Joe. Well, your everyday psychopathic Joe. Did you kill a couple people here and there, and for reasons unknown, it has to be a bunch of kids in this super uptight private school. We might choose to strike after curfew. Tell me why that's an obvious disadvantage, ignoring the obvious security problems. It would. Clearly, the killer needed his beauty sleep! Well, later his activities, later he'd have to go to bed. That would mess up his day routine. He'd be noticed to be irritable and sleep deprived. But I wouldn't be able to plan his operations as well either. First of all, that sounds pretty lame. I think you do way better. Second of all, didn't you notice that he doesn't kill someone every day? Everybody can easily go one day with little sleep as long as he can rest the next day. That's a good point. Think hard, kid. This isn't rocket science. Clearly, the problem is that he can't see. He's very bad at stealth games. Killing after curfew, it'd be dark everywhere. We wouldn't be able to see very well. You're playing around, kid, because this isn't the right time. Think. Criminals acting in the dark is an advantage. Why would that be a bad thing? Oh, well, when you put it that way. Strike! Give it a little more thought before you answer next time. Don't you do bowling terms at me? Security locked down the school after curfew. Only a few people can be out and about. Suspects will be limited to students or maintenance staff like the janitor or security team. Good. Hardly ideal circumstances for a killer. So pretty safe to presume that he wouldn't act after curfew unless he absolutely needed to. Which means that Haru Bunyan missing curfew was his own choice. Because if the killer kidnapped him before curfew, then why didn't he do so to the other students? Unless this time was an exception. Hey, everything can be an exception. You never get a working theory that way. That's the thing I need to always remember. That's an interesting point. If you take every single thing as an exception, then you just kind of go around in circles and be stuck in a rut. Let's think about this. or skips curfew while the killer is confined. Night falls, one of the other victims Haru out of school, still ends up being killed. Probably thought that would be safer if he wasn't confined to curfew. Oh no, you don't think that. You think he went to look for the killer. There's no proof of that. Let me think on this a bit more. Think how much worse it would be if I did this last week. There's no proof of that. I wouldn't say that. It's easy enough to stay safe in public. But if we're out fast food restaurants with CCTVs, public hospitals, even the police department for crying out loud, the killer might know the school security system like the back of his hand. He can't control all of the Samu. Haru didn't seem like the stupid type. Just so. Coincidence? Probably not. Good boy. If that's the case, why wouldn't he tell anyone his suspicions? You tell me. Because he didn't have any. He was just gonna tail the first guy who left the school. On that note, why did he notify the police if he was gonna take such a risky action? Why wouldn't he notify the police? Why wouldn't he indeed? This is what you want me to feel. Correction, this is what you want you to feel. So I have to understand what Haru was thinking. You only don't understand Haru because you're distancing yourself too much. Time to get real, kid. Check that phone of yours. Check my phone? I stumbled on my concentration in a disoriented mess. On the subway, which is now completely empty. How long have I been thinking? Peer around the abandoned platform. Nothing but the soft flickering of dim lights. I guess it makes sense. This isn't exactly a major station. Dull vibration in the pocket of my pants redirects my attention. Nah, that's right. The phone must have been vibrating all this time. Sylvierchii probably lured me someplace or another. Or some teacher warned me of my absence. Maybe I have a friend who was wondering where I've been. Probably was vibrating from the moment I entered the subway. Vibrating incessantly. Commotion. Tend to shut out when I'm overwhelmed. Distancing myself from reality, as Mr. Real would call it. Childhood trauma, learned behavior, coping mechanism. One moment the world is there, and the next it's just me, alone with the figureheads inside my brain. Caricature of Mr. Real to help me think better. Or caricature of Rue to stabilize my emotions. Such extremes haven't been necessary for years. For all, what excitement happens in high school. Gossip, relationships, bullying. Now I'm distant. I feel it in myself. Something hollow, cold. Something that apparently couldn't even notice the vibrations of my own phone, which are still going. How long is this phone ring? Go to voicemail! Well, I guess I eventually noticed. Humor myself and scroll through the notifications. Daily mundane life I expect. Dude, the phone is ringing! I'm Sarge. Hate to disturb your 1,000-year slumber. Have you seen your destined princess? Huh? Dude, have you seen Rue? Is Rue with you? I'm currently alive. I'm off. Rue, am I after school? Respond ASAP! Rue is missing? I didn't even realize it, but my fingers weaken and bone slides through the spaces between my knuckles and turns end over end. Paris to the ground, shrill impact of fine glass against concrete echoing down the hollow, utterly abandoned passage in which I sit. Rue, missing. Rue is missing. Starts out as a disappearance. 3 times a disappearance from school. Serious vanishing after a logged curfew. No one can find them. Can contact them. Hold on. Alright, I'm good. For now. Those are tracked and found garbage disposals. CCTV footage turns up corrupted or deleted or looped. And the bodies are found. Peeled, sliced, ripped apart. Mutilated remains of what was once a human being. One of those bodies, one of those victims, someone who gave terrible rending screams that only went unheard, was Rue. Waking up in the cold dark, greeted by a pale, croaking voice, seeing nothing but the sheen of a blade in the moonlight, something that saw us through flesh. There's a shaky breath in my lungs as my chest constricts. World pulses. Rue is the next victim. An afternoon disappearance, another break in the pattern. More shaky breath. Vision spins. I need my mood lighting. The tracking is going to get so much worse, but mood lighting. Rue's with the killer. One whose mask is perfect, disappears without trace, who eludes the police without effort, like everything is just a game. Someone who's been caught by an army of highly trained officers of law enforcement. How could he evade the police and their amazing powers of deduction, figuring out that this large boulder is shaped like a small boulder? Oh! The anniversary is recently. You better celebrate it. That's a national holiday, in my opinion. Something I could never dream of catching. Rue is going to die. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a 17-year-old kid hiding in the subway like a homeless beggar, a refugee from police custody. Rue's smile, teasing, her nagging, on, just like that. Another figure who enters my life, only to leave me, violently ripped away before her time. The person who deserved to live so much longer. Pull yourself together! Why are you inside my head? Bullying around doesn't help anyone. If you want to be useful, then be useful. Lizzie? Because I see you, you like to challenge me. Guess this time wouldn't be any different. Why you? I like to spend no time with you. So, things aren't hopeless? What amazing advice do you have for me? Comes almost mockingly, crushing waves fill the space that was once empty and shock. I have nothing left but sarcasm and cynicism. Ah! Response to Elizabeth's image flickers into Mr. Ryota. It's a little key you have to remember about Haru's case. A key? Call it. How'd you stumble on the killer in the first place? Haru sent me a location ping. Only after this incident spills out with too much ease I realized it's a irregularity. Haru sent me a location ping? I mean, I know Haru was like kind of grilling you before, but I guess he could have seen your like number when he was like trying to grill you and like talking to Shoji, but why send it to you and not Yahiko? Not even close. Not only that, but there was barely any time between the location ping and his death. But somehow in his last moments, just before he decided before he died, he decided to send a location ping to me. I fervently racked my brain for an answer. Did I really do that? Did he really put the fate of his life on me? It's came through the flowcharts of no ways people socialize in my head, but it turns up blank. My brain is freezing. I can't see beyond the mental image of snuggling on Rui's body, cold and bloody, mouth open, the last remnants of a scream. No, Haru, location ping. Why would he send it? Why would... Blood, terror, crushing force of water. No! Stop! Think! Force all the habits from excessive therapy sessions to practice. Deep breaths, tall spine, tense all muscles, relax slowly from top to bottom. Her life is at stake. Or could die any minute. Maybe she already has. Maybe she's cramped up in whatever sick places Psycho has, waiting and dreading the moment when nothing will be on her mind but excruciating pain. Damn it! That Saki! Ryota bleeds into Elizabeth, flickers for a moment, then bleeds into Misaki. Yama? Can't do this anymore, Miki! Please, just leave me alone! I know this is hard, but right now you're the one with the best chance at finding the killer. This damn phone! You know what? Fine. I can't handle this on my own. I'm giving it to the police. Will they just arrest you? Yeah, but they'll find out that I'm not the real killer. I have to trust you're aware that someone else put that phone in your apartment rather than you taking it from Haru himself. Take days, maybe weeks to clear the situation, even if you are eventually found innocent. By that time, Roy will be dead. Nikki, please, help me. Roy, don't you love Roy? She needs us. In that case, you remember whether someone sent you an out-of-place location ping? I received a sent to damn location pings to keep track of. Maybe you can narrow it down. Maybe you can start using your head. For Hello Bunny, was there anyone else who accidentally sent you a location ping? Actually, now that she mentions it, I remember something. I mean, you did that one time. Wait, is that what we're talking about? Location ping? From Miki? Did we arrange something? I don't recall any recent conversations with her. Yeah, it was you, actually. You sent me a location ping by accident. Mistapped because my name was right under... Wait, mistapped because my name and his name are right next to each other. Hikoikari? I think about it, everything fits too well. Hikoikari started the Happy Club and is connected with 3 recent deaths. Kane, Shoji, and Haru. Before that, he also knew Midori and Toma. And... he would know a lot about the Academy's security and technology. Even more than the average faculty member, being the son of higher-ups at Lemniscate. And... seeing on the blink of an eye, he can shift from joy to depression. Almost as if he's in perfect control over... I've seen how in the blink of an eye he can shift from joy to depression, almost as if he has perfect control over how he wants his emotions to be seen. He knows me, knows the code to my apartment, knows my schedule, knows my actions and my reactions. And he was there. The murder of Haru, Hikoikari was there. They coincidentally run into me. He flabbergasted that I was there, so kindly offered to cover for me. Hikoikari, my former roommate. My friend. Isn't this just so damn typical? Serial killer can't just be some random chump off the street. No, he has to be someone close to me. As my fury intensifies as black anger, nausea, and everything solidifies the blood in my body, Misaki's image fizzles into Masato. Got a friend of you, man. You know Yahiko. You've known him for 2 years. I spit bitterly. Yeah, give me some proof. I'd love to believe it. Sorry, you got no proof that some big shot organization just hacked out your log. It'd be tough to break for one person, but you'd aim a sneeze for a team of pros. So you're saying that serial killer could actually be an organization and they decided to frame me when I called one of their members killing Haru in District 6? Well, yeah, something like that. This thing doesn't make sense. Killer or organization, whatever, weren't close to me. It's weird that... If they weren't close to me, why did they leave me alive? It's weird because I'm still alive. Why wouldn't they just kill me? When this is a crime scene, I'll by myself in District 6. They want to frame you, man. Framing someone who's alive does a whole lot more than framing someone who's dead. Especially if you can't really defend himself. That's the thing. How did he know that I couldn't defend myself? Huh? The people who could possibly know about my lapses are ones who are close to me. Really close. Rie and Misaki for sure, and maybe you and Yahiko. It means that the killer could only have been one of those 4 people. It can't be Rui, it can't be Misaki, and well, I'm pretty sure it can't be you either. But you don't say that way for Yahiko? You want me to list the evidence alphabetically or chronologically? I can't believe it, but Yahiko actually fits. Is that the right answer? Who swore it would have been the one about the Academy students? Let me ask you one more thing, man. You really think that Yahiko's the serial killer? I just told you that you really believe that you believe the sun will rise every morning, I'll badger you in the track every day, that Yahiko's the man? No, I don't. I honestly don't. Everything goes against them. For some reason, I just can't imagine Yahiko would be the serial killer. Isn't that shallow-minded? Isn't that foolish? Could my reluctance lead to Rui's death? Right then. Styles' image fizzles like Kira, jazz an energetic finger in my direction. Right out, Tyrio! You're Kira, not Elizabeth. Stop speaking in British. Trying to think of this from another angle. Guys have some tricks up our metaphorical sleeve, Sarge, so don't give up yet. Yeah, no offense, but you're not exactly the person I want for logical thinking. Oh, but what you need and what you want are two completely different things. Like dying versus not dying. Well, what do you suggest? We have a suspect now, right? I'll blow the towels out before he proves whether he's guilty or innocent. That's like counting chickens before the avian flu strikes and wipes them all off the face of the planet. Oh, he's Akira. So, find proof of Yahiko's innocence? Easier said than done. Much easier said than done. I wouldn't say that, Sarge. You got some things to do in that brain of yours. Such as... You're suddenly more than Misaki. You remember how the killer forgot about the phone's wall charging feature? He loves technology as much as I do. Not to mention his parents work at Lemon Escape. If you were the killer, do you really think we would have forgotten something so simple? That's... well, right, but by itself it's pretty weak. Like he fizzles out, allowing Elizabeth to take center stage. And think, what's Haru's mishap really imply? Remember, in his panic last moments, he was attempting to send a location ping to Yahiko, but his finger slipped on you instead. Oh, of course. I didn't see that before. I was trying to send a location ping to Yahiko to... I mean, I've gotten the last couple right, so... I really am just curious if I keep messing up, if it's just going to keep kicking me... If it's just going to kick me out to, like, the next portion, or... Let me keep... Nah, I'm still screwing around. Bam. I'm really bad screwing around, apparently. But... He actually sent the pain to bait Yahiko with the location, but mistacked on me. No, I don't think that's what happened. I was too short between when he sent the location ping when I stumbled upon the scene. There has to be a better way. There just has to be. It's a distraction! Would make any sense if Haru sent the location ping to momentarily distract Yahiko so he can escape? That sounds fishy at best. Better way. There has to be a better way. Fine, yeah, he was getting help. You want to help? I wanted to let Yahiko know that he was in danger. Yahiko saw that he was in District 6. Well, I think that even Yahiko would know that something was wrong. Correct. So Hall must have eventually been able to get a signal through. He showed up, even if it was after me. Not only that, but he'd already called the police. I'm trying to help you, dude. I have to get out of here. Ow. Why would I... Go! Leave! Which means that... the type basis for suspecting Yahiko Akari is now null and void. Well, part of me relaxes, but I realize that this doesn't actually solve anything. Ray's gone, I'm nowhere closer to discovering the killer than I was before I started thinking. Ray is still in danger. I'm still a runaway convict. The serial killer is still running amok, having his little grim parties. There's nothing I can do? Nothing? Wait one moment. Think. Why did I not notify the police before I began tailing the killer? Me is a capable individual. We don't just miss such things. Why indeed, why wouldn't Haru request backup, or at least give an anonymous tip? He clearly didn't have his phone on him! Maybe he didn't have his phone with him. No. Wait, he had to. Otherwise I wouldn't be in my apartment, I wouldn't have it with me and everything. What am I even thinking? Maybe he thought that if he spoke to the police, the killer would somehow learn about it and start playing safe? But that leads to a different assumption. Such that the killer would somehow learn about any information told to the police. In other words, that the police are corrupt. If that's the case, then it would make sense why Haru wouldn't contact them. Really, please, he didn't trust them. I thought the other option was going to lead to, this. Didn't trust them? Why? Personal traumatic encounter? Previous difficulties in dealing with law enforcement? What could be something else? Could be that Haru saw something in the police, something he can never forget. No more than I do. What's your opinion on the matter? It was my errand boy. They'd be good at reading people. You're saying that you misread the suspect? I am not wrong. You agree that Yama Ishimoto is the prime suspect. I agree. I've seen Corruption? Isn't that stupid? It's the first one I think of camping outside the school and tailing the serial killer. Why isn't the investigation force didn't even go through the school, scouring the area for any evidence of the killer? Why isn't no CCTV ever turned up with any results? What if all this time, sitting behind the curtain, watching us dance, police was just there, laughing, watching us run in fear as they pretend that they're trying to protect us? And that would mean Art died for nothing. He called for nothing. And now, Roy would disappear, we shred to pieces, we left to rot. Nothing. There's nothing, not one damn thing I can do. Catch the killer, find the evidence, pack him up and ship him to the police department, he'll just walk free because it was all part of the plan. Or worse yet, they won't even catch him. We'll have him surrounded and he'll miraculously break free and they'll give chase like a bunch of fools. Roy will die for nothing. Roy with her fiery passion, her love, and her endless enthusiasm for her dear ones. Past the fate of nihilism. And where there's no intrinsic value, no purpose, no beneficial weight to her sacrifice for me. To be remembered, maybe by a memorial for victims who were the targets of a horrifying serial killer who will, maybe, one day, be brought to justice. That will be her only identity. A murder victim. A girl who had her whole life ahead of her. One more poor soul in the annals of injustice. No one will know of her smile, or her little quips, or the way she bare her lip when she was nervous about something. No, name Roy Hayata would only bring nods of pity and despondent sighs. If she's really lucky, go for a movement for treatment of mental illness or weapon control or some other political objective. Then the days pass on, time becomes months and years and decades. Will be forgotten forever. Drowned out in the names of other victims who will be remembered with nothing but nods of pity and despondent sighs. Nothing but not distance. Oh, you! Ivy suddenly appears on the stairs. I move with such intensity that I swear she's almost real. Not lose focus. Her image blurs at the edges, rounding out, hair turning orange, and... Gosh, you're a wreck! What happened? I open my mouth. Evil, unintelligible noise bleeds out. Try to do too much, Yama. That's the problem. I want to do everything, but everything becomes so overwhelming that you just end up doing nothing. Only do what you can. The rest is out of your hands. Only do what you can. Yeah, and right now all you can do is figure out who the killer is. Not for that much, right? So, you're stuck because you think the killer has to be you, me, Yahiko, or Masato, right? I guess? Voice comes out very small. Squash the temptation to reach out, touch her jacket, her hair, anything. Right now, he's not real. Right now, she might even be... Are you paying attention? No. Wow, I think I finally know what it's like to be one of your teachers. I cough out a cross between a chuckle and a snort. So close to reality, but it's not. I mean, you do know her very well. Then all-knowing teacher, what do you have to say? Like, Pascal is literally so stupid that anyone who saw it just once could get in. That's not the problem. The problem is that the killer knows about my lapses. No. Wait. There's something strikingly familiar about what she just said. Didn't she mention this before? Didn't she say something like this before? There's something vitally important about that statement. Pascal is literally so stupid that anyone who saw it just once could get in. What sticks out so much? Just once! Just once. I've been talking about someone who had seen my code just once. Someone who commented on how stupid it was. Oh shit, was that the right one, actually? Shit, that was the right one, I think. Please. It caused the stupidest possible code to exist on the planet. Even Miss Ryo pointed out how stupid it was. Chiro Ryota. They who helped me move to my apartment. Commented on how stupid the code was. We certainly would have remembered it. A man who knew all the victims because they each were fighting psychological problems. And he was a school counselor. A man who would know the security of the school inside and out. It would not be up to date with the latest features of smartphones, like a wall charger. A man who was strong enough to inflict the same wounds as a serial killer, smart enough to outmaneuver the police, controlled enough to fake sanity in the day. A man who, after curfew, is free from his duties. And a man who would approach me after seeing me at Harvey's murder site, surprised that I didn't seem to remember what had happened. A man who would certainly be curious at my unusual reaction. A man who could access the confidential school records and learn about my lapses from there. A man who I trusted. Is it too much? Why? It's not you. There's something I must have missed. Proof, a theory, anything. Why did it have to be you? Damn old geezer, why would you even... Why? Nothing but silence. Silence of finality. A door that's been opened that can never be closed. All tension leaves my body. I vaguely feel myself slumping on the subway bench, neck uncomfortably stretched to accommodate the weight of my head. Ryota, my mentor, my friend, and serial killer. Really different today, Yama. What's bothering you? I think I should have seen it. Because why didn't anyone else notice? Why was Mr. Ryota the only one who thought something had happened that night? Who, me? Nah, I'm pretty much a free bird after I verify curfew. I had my suspicions. I know that there was something odd about him. But I didn't want there to be. I wanted to wave it away. I wanted to trust Mr. Ryota. I wanted just one person who would understand everything and stay on my side. There's no explicit rule saying I can't use the confidential databases. I'm pretty sure there is. Nope, I may be faculty, but I'm not a teacher. It's only saying that teachers have to request special permission. I checked the loopholes. Right, you know how the entry student application to the academy requires a psychological analysis by a qualified physician, yes? Yeah, that's a security measure, isn't it? Let me read this and see what you think. He knew about my lapses, not because I told him, but because he had access to psychological overviews of each student. He would have known each of the victims. Maybe they were assigned to his counseling care just like I was. I hate computers. We'd all be dead without them. You know what was great? My desktop iPair. Man, that was great. Stable, awesome, and a killer world of the fan. You guys know how satisfying it is to hear your computer work to keep itself cool. That's kind of weird. No casual user has desktops anymore. Oh, Nikon phones. Man, phones these days break if you breathe on them wrong. Icon phones? They can probably survive a nuclear blast. Ah, there we go. Finally working. He knew about computers. Not an avid follower of electronics. Not enough to know about weed. Enough to know about phone batteries. The attention of the teacher's convinced that I need a more permanent solution. Like death? I can help you with that. Wow! Okay! Yes, help me with that. Okay. It just takes you out to the forest and just slices you. That was the apartment. Still one piece, mostly. Good to hear. And Phil? Phil? Little house plan? The one I placed on your shelf? Remember, it sucks more than mine, kid. Wow, how do you have this much free time? Life as a door manager is just swell, isn't it? Like die-cut pieces of a complex puzzle, all the facts and memories line up in perfect succession. Killer is Mr. Ryota. Now I know it's certainty, intrinsically, just like I know I can sit on a chair and will support my weight, I can walk under a bridge and won't fall on top of me. Oh, just don't know what to do next. Shouldn't there be a sense of triumph? A miniature party in the back of my head, giving me a cookie for successfully finding out the killer? Something keeping me going, something propelling me to the next step. I know the identity of the killer. Shouldn't I report this? To whom? I'm on the run from the police who may or may not be corrupt. hardly show my face at school. If I called Mr. Ryota, well, that simply wouldn't do anything. For the most part, it feels like I should just give up. Nothing further I head to. No way out of the conundrum I've worked myself into. Choice requires me to be clever, or clever than I can be. I want to think myself out, but it's a magical solution. Sometimes it's just not there. Reaching into an empty bag and expecting handfuls of gold. Then, is this it? Ah, someone's calling me. I'll pick it up on the other end. I'll hear the cold, dead voice of Rui's parents. Think quietly Rui has been found, but as a bleeding, mutilated lump of flesh and bone. Maybe I'll drop my phone. This time I'll shatter completely. Crushed pieces of the fragments of sanity stringing me together. Or maybe it's a tracking call from Lemniscate. A bit from the police that I'll be stupid enough to pick up. Please look. Yeah, that's bad. The phone number, unknown. Risk, high. By answering it is from the police, I'll be caught in the blink of an eye. Ryota will die, Ryota will run free. If I don't, what then? I'll let alone offend myself and somehow have to extract Rui safely and catch Ryota and somehow stay alive. Is it even possible? Do I need help no matter how much I despise it? I feel like I don't remember this choice mattering. Let's answer the call. No, I had to pick this up. Facing Ryota by myself will only result in getting both Rui and me killed. Shaking fingers, I answer the call. Hello? Yamashimoto, I need you to listen carefully. This is my personal phone. It cannot be tracked. The number you've been contacting until now has been my work phone. I need to hang up now. Shall you tracking my number, narrowing down the district and blocking even the last millimeter. Let me clutch the phone tighter. Walls I have built up, struggling to keep a full hold on my emotions, are starting to crumble. Police are in the midst of a manhunt for your person. They sincerely believe that you are the killer. You need me to turn myself in. I need you to stay outside and give me time. What? Is this some kind of next level bait? I don't understand. Don't get caught, Ishimoto. Anytime you might give me time. Anytime you might give me is time my blah 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 blah. Damn you, Shigure. Give me a moment to clear out my sinuses a bit more. Alright. Don't get caught, Ishimoto. Anytime you might give me this time, we may dedicate to catching the true killer. But you said you're the only suspect I could trust to avoid the police for the necessary amount of time. I fall into silence at this, the magnitude of her statement only growing the more I ponder it. You saw me at the apartments and were warning me? You hardly were inconspicuous. So you happen to possess any previously unknown information regarding the identity of the killer, now would be a wonderful time to stay as such. It could be a trap. It could still be a trap. But I don't think it is. Killer is Jiro Ryota, store manager and counselor of the academy. Silence falls momentarily on the other end of the phone. You practically see Shigure's grip tighten. What? How'd you come to know this? Shigure, did you get any recent disappearance reports? 3, actually. I need help. Shigure, help! The voice cracks. I hate it. I hate feeling vulnerable. I hate feeling open. I don't have a choice. Shigure falls into silence for a long, long moment, just wondering the things she's hung if she speaks. We live within the next 5 minutes. Voice is slow and steady, soothing my frazzled nerves. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not injured. Then, the urgency? Rui's disappeared. I work to speak, but my throat's gone dry. For a moment of silence, Shigure continues. I presume she is with the killer. He must have taken her. I don't have time to question you, Ishimoto, so I'll ask you this and only this. Are you completely, absolutely certain that the culprit is Jiro Ryota? Yes. Say without hesitation. You should catch her off guard. Very well, I shall send forces to the academy under the reason that you may be hiding there. You may be able to find where he is holding Rui. That's it? She takes my word as law? Thanks. In the meantime, stay out of sight and out of mind. Do you understand? Rue would see the police coming. He wouldn't stand still. You escape immediately after killing Rue. Actually, I'm planning on contacting him. For what purpose? I need to meet with him. Buy some time. Otherwise... Girlie violently explodes in the strident screams I'd never heard from her before. You gullible imbecile! You moronic excuse for... What are you even thinking? Taken aback by a sudden flare of passion, but my surprise is quickly replaced by indignance. I'm telling you now, aren't I? Oh yes, when it was nearly too late, I would have called a corpse! So before you haven't told me anything! Why would you not speak to me if you knew the identity of the killer? A very real ball of anger lands through me. Why? Because I just figured it out. Because someone barely the end of my rope, I found something to cling on to. I can't tell her that. Say I just figured out she might change her mind. She might need the reasoning. Which was a teenager to just figure out the supposed identity of a serial killer. I had a good reason for doing so. Oh good, do enlighten me. Wait, you can't just believe me? You have to throw some more tests? Another little riddle run in District 6? Hell, was that investigation in school just another goose chase? A fake little game to see how the kids in the academy dance? Are you saying, Ishimoto? You're right, I guess. Even when I was figuring out who the killer was, I didn't call you. I didn't ask you for help. Because I knew what you would say. You poke holes at me. You say my reasoning didn't make any sense. You need empirical evidence. I knew you wouldn't have believed me. You don't even need me to your assistant in the first place. Cold silence descends. I wouldn't have believed you? And then something happens. I would have thought to be impossible. Yuri's voice cracks. But you didn't even try. I would have believed you. I would. If you just trusted me, if you just... She faltered for a moment and ceased to recover, her voice strengthening. Ishimoto, regardless of my previous insinuations, I need you to know something. I do not tolerate the idiocy the average ingenious does, and much less let them become my personal assistant. You've repeatedly proven yourself through your rational deductions, your level-headed procedures, and propensity to attack problems from unusual angles. Your input is invaluable. By our clear disparity in experience, you've taught me several valuable lessons. Do you wish to know why I pulled your accomplices in the investigation rather than opting for a police unit? Simply put, the provisions in the case were barred from the academy. All information I was given was secondhand and thus easily corruptible. I was impressed by how you and your accomplices worked wholeheartedly. Yamane Shimoto, I have faith in you. Her words pierced through me, and frozen to the ground in shock, wordlessly opening and closing my mouth. We're bonding. Shigure believes in me. I don't even know how to react. But after that meeting with Natsuke, you fired you? That's for your own benefit, you imbecile. Or your eyes too... Oh, never mind. Familiar type of response brings a chuckle out of me, but my mind is still racing. I have faith in you. Those simple little words. Words that tell me that I can do something. Acknowledge my efforts. It tells me it's okay, you'll do the right thing. Someone actually believes in me for once. Now I have to find the serial killer. Or, well, stop the serial killer in this case. This is as I catch the faint glimmer of the approaching subway, hailed by the distant echo of the announcer's voice. Sudden clarity brings to my mind, as if every disjointed piece just fell into place. I know what to do. Thanks, Shigure. To my feet as the subway grinds to a halt before me, Shigure's voice comes harshly into my earpiece. Yama, listen carefully. We are en route, but there are powerful forces behind this case that remain very much hostile. Take time to arrive. You understand this? I do. I'll get you time. I'm extremely uneasy at the thought of knowingly sending a civilian to the presence of a known serial killer, but if you honestly believe you can prevent a death tonight, I shall not stop you. I think I can? I need more convincing than that! Oh, well, that sounds convincing. I probably can. Ugh, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, my throat's gonna feel so much worse, isn't it? God damn it. Well, that's the best I can ask for. I wish you might wait until I could convey a firearm to you, but not possible with the current time frame. I have to go now. Neither of us mentioned that it would also be extremely illegal. We don't need to give the police another excuse to haul my ass in. Understood. I should have luck, Ishimoto. 1 sec, stand call. Patriota's contact instead of the phone speaker, waiting patiently. Can you just do that? Scurry apparently understands. Now word crosses her lips. Finally, a neutral tone indicates that Ryo's picked up. Hello? Hearing his voice makes me freeze. This voice that comforted me, guided me, made me laugh. In the end, it left me. It was like everything else. I quickly shake myself, trying to mask my words. He's an enemy now. Stranger. Ain't ignorance. Maybe we can still grab an advantage. Hey, Mr. Ryota. Hey, kid. That's when I realized that something is terribly wrong. Some ungodly hour in the morning, and he picked up immediately, and he sounds wide awake. It's almost as if he's been preparing for this moment. Mr. Ryota, they have great timing. I was wondering if we could meet up. I know that's like some crazy hour or another, but I have something pretty important to tell you. It has to do with, you know, your lapses. Is that really it? Is that why he's up? I can't bring myself to believe that. Rio, I was just... Before I can add anything more, Ryo's phone buzzes angrily in the background. Pauses for a moment. Sorry, kid, just let me take this call really quick. He suddenly mutes. I think you're shaking. I also mute my end, switching to Sylvierchii's call. Huh? I'm confused about this because I don't think there's a thing you can do with phones like today. I don't think you can literally just like have one call and like do another call and like have the person on the other end of the first call listen in. So I'm trying to figure out the I'm trying to figure out kind of the logistics of this. I'm trying to figure out if that's like you hear all that? Quite clearly. Shimono, about the call Ryo just received. I'm uneasy to me, perhaps. That's why I hear Ryo's voice, and I quickly switch back to his call and mute. Thankfully, Shigure immediately falls silent. Ryo? Ryo, did you find out anything? Did you find anything out about? Nice try. You almost had me. Hang on, I called the police first, and then we'll talk. I almost dropped the phone, ball of panic racing straight into my chest. He knows? How is he? How could he? Hurry up, boy. I don't have all day. Jiggly mute and switched the call. Expect Shigure to burst into anger, but she only seems resigned. As I surmised, a mole? That or she trails off as if the thought's too terrible to comprehend. Shimono, knowing this new risk, are you still determined to enter the school? I have to. I can't let Rui go without a fight. I shall bring a unit. Give us as much time as you possibly. Give us as much time as you possibly can. I will. Nishimoto, given the choice between a stupid option and a stupider option, which would you pick? The less stupid one. Wrong! You must pick neither and wait! Please, Ishimoto, you wouldn't enter the lottery nor borrow from a loan shark in order to buy a house, no? It's best to wait and save. Do you understand? What? Just remember this. She hangs up, leaving me alone in the subway. Just remember this. Probably at least try to do it proper. Factor Ryo is calling on mute. He chuckles lightly. You just asked the police for help. I wouldn't count on it. You don't know a thing, do you? I know you're the murderer. That's a pretty good start. A murderer is such a harsh term. I like to call myself an artiste. With the E. Chuckles again, but this time he comes off with a pitch of shrillness that wasn't there before. And foreboding only skyrockets. Just what kind of insanity he's been hiding. So, hung up the call. Now what? Quite simply, the fun begins. On my playboy, I've been setting the stage. This just confirms my fears. For some reason, Ryo's been preparing to kill me. Maybe I'm the next one on his list. I can't let this shake me. I have to stay strong. Talk normally. You've done it before. Oh, the false bravado of a man in love. I know it well. Does that really sound like that, I wonder? It's so terribly stupid. Oh, you've been in love? You going to answer my question? Are you going to wax more poetry? Poetry is by far a more interesting option, don't you think? Maybe for people with too much time on their hands. And that's the eternal problem, boy, for both of us. We each have too much time on our hands. Far, far too much. Doesn't life just get so dull? Every hour passing drearily. Like a never-ending group project where all you want to do is murder your classmates. That's what life is. How do you ease your boredom, I wonder? Television? Social media? No, you do neither. Sleep. Thanks, Shakespeare, but I think my life is my own business. I look forward to stripping that sense of righteous anger within you and replacing it with terror. I look forward to you trying. Ha! I love the ones that fight back. It just makes their descent all the more satisfying. Before I can respond, he plows on, his voice gradually rising in pitch. Now, let's set the stage, shall we? I thought you were taking care of that. Oh, don't worry, I'll be taking care of all the props. You hear me, boy? Don't bring any extra props. Thought never crossed my mind. Leave your phony police toys at the entrance. I'll see if you try to smuggle something into the theater, understand? Is that it? Not quite. Why so hasty end the call? Am I boring you? Sure, let's go with that. Now get straight to the point. There's a brief moment of silence, punctuated only by the faintest tones of Ryo punching numbers into his phone. Then I hear a voice. Yama! Yama! Don't you dare do anything stupid! Nothing hits me, but it's like all the breath has been sucked out of my lungs. Rue? Stay there! Don't come! I wordlessly open and close my mouth, desperately searching for words. My mind only runs blank. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but right now, I am the master of Rue's fate. So, you might want to stay on my good side. Oh. This is how it's going to happen. You come to the back of the school, you know, the garbage truck route. It does exist. You're going to dump all your toys, then I'll let you in. How? There's no entrance. Why is it that you all say the same thing? Boring. Where there's a will, boy, there's a way. That's it then. Boy, Chris, come to the school. Well, actually, I feel like I should tell you this just out of the kindness of my heart. Rui won't be there. For insurance purposes, I'm sure you understand. Fingers clamping a death grip on my phone. What do you mean Rui won't be there? Hush, child, why are you so impatient? Right now, Rui's in the safe hands of a third party, as long as you listen to my words. So, we meet up, have a little chat, and I let Rui go. Everyone gets their happy ending, except the police who, well, you know, they don't do anything anyway. Beautiful arrangement, no. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Is it supposed to be peace like world peace, or is it supposed to be peace like a piece of cake? I feel like it's supposed to be like a piece of cake. I'm Google! Google! Where are you, Google? Where's my phone? I don't actually know where my phone is right now. I don't like doing this on my desktop, because I think it makes the stream a little screwy, but... Say your piece and hold your piece are separate idioms. Say your piece refers to saying your opinion or your piece or part of the conversation. This is often confused with hold your peace, which is often associated with marriage objections and refers to remaining silent and peaceful. So it sounds like it's supposed to be peace as in piece of cake. Well, wait, he does say hold your peace. Actually, he does say hold your peace, so actually, yeah, he's right. Actually, the writing team is correct on this one. It's hold your peace, as in world peace. Which is weird, because it feels like even though he's saying hold your peace, it feels like it should still be IE. CE. This is like, you're part of the conversation, but... I don't know. We're just gonna say that the writing team is correct on this one since they're going for hold your peace, like it's like a marriage. Which on the one hand feels wrong, but on the other hand, this is kind of like partly like taunting him about like his love for Rui, because he knows that's what's going to get him there, so we're gonna say that hold your peace in this one is correct. I grind my teeth and force a long, slow breath. If I go, I won't be able to see Rui with my own eyes. It could be anywhere. Even when Shigeri comes, we won't be able to find her. Are we really in a position to be making demands? Nah, fuck that. No, if I can't see Rui, then this entire ordeal is pointless. I had to take this risk. You know me better than that, Ryoya. I had to see Rui with my own 2 eyes. Who knows? You could be lying. You could kill her before I show up. I'm wounded. Do you really think that would do something so cliche? Well, I didn't think you'd be a serial killer, but here we are. Forgive me for not taking chances. Fair enough, boy. I'll play along. She'll be here by the time you arrive. I'll even let you see her before you enter the school. That's oddly, very oddly agreeable of him. Enough to make me feel as though I've walked straight into his setup. Then, boy, is that all? Time passes ever on. Can I get anything more from him? Right now, the situation still seems grim. Shigeri wants us to stall, so... I'd also like for Rui to be untied, so she can run away. As if you wouldn't be able to chase her down. Playing hard to get, aren't we? Fine, because I'm so very magnanimous, I accept. But your highness also like a pony. A new term stack the odds more in my favor. I'm not currently in the position of power. If I push too hard, everything could go south. More advantages I push, the better off I'll be later, right? Worth a try. I only have one shot at this. There's one more thing. Say, kid, I don't know if you're stalling for time, but there's only so much garbage that I'm willing to pull up with. Haven't your parents tell you what happens when you're greedy? You lose everything. Voices of cold steel turning my palms sweaty. It's a terrible feeling that I've just made a mistake. Wait, didn't I? No more playing around. Seems like you got too caught trying to play God, kid. Roy's staying out. Sorry, guess you won't be able to see her. Get over to the back of the school. I'll give you 15 minutes. You'll come by then? Well, guess you'll have to say bye-bye to dear Rui. That's the last thing he says before he hangs up. Most blankly I stand in the middle of the subway platform, phone swinging loosely from the edge of my fingers. And all my muscles burst into action. I shoot out of the subway, legs pounding the pavement as fast as I can make them. My lungs start to burn as the cold night air cuts in my throat like knives, but I'm forced to ignore it. Stoplights and the cross sections warn me to stop. When I see a gap between the incoming cars, I bolt across for my life. Engines roar by and horns belt in full volume. Certain the cars roll down their windows to call me crazy, scream that I'm an idiot, swear to call the police on me. I don't care. Coming back from a long workday or from grabbing fast food around the corner, picking up their kid from martial arts or cram school. Meanwhile, there's a girl locked up somewhere knowing nothing, except the sickening fact that at any moment she might die. Yet they go, with fast food and martial arts and cram school. One moment. Alright. World blurs by in a haze of bright fluorescent color until I finally grind to a halt at the entrance of the school. It feels as though it's slamming into my ribs, bruising itself until it bleeds, forced to stop and lean against the gate, gulping desperately for air. 13 minutes. I only have 2 left. I press my sleeve against the sweat coating my brow, allowing myself time for one more deep breath. I spur around the perimeter of the school, stopping by the shady back area where all the good kids stay clear of. Random cigarette butts lie scattered on the floor, and if I squint, I can catch a light gleam of empty needles in the grass. Well, maybe the school is a little less tidy than I first thought. As I near the trash bag, I notice a long, distinctly human-shaped figure leaning against the solid wall. Fine weather we're having. I expect the voice, but I don't expect the instinctive reaction that comes with it. My breath catches and my throat clogs, letting tears straight to my eyes, no matter how hard I try to keep them down. Riola steps into the moonlight, lips twisted into a lopsided grin. I'm the Joker, baby! Out for a little night exercise. I try to speak with no sound passes my lips. I know what he's doing. I know what this is. Power play. I'm sweaty, tired, disheveled, and likely very sleep deprived. Wants me to run here only to give him more of an advantage. There's nothing I can do about it. Now, move little gadgets if you may. Wordlessly I reach into my pocket and suddenly hand him my phone. I don't have any other choice. Turn out your pockets, pants, and jacket. I do so, walking evenly so I doubt you're carrying anything in your shoes or your underwear. Come in, we've wasted enough time. How? Where the back of the... He touches the wall and part of it slides away. And suddenly there's a keypad. Just a sequence of 6 digits into the keypad, waits, and the wall slides open. It's nothing like one of those mysterious puzzles of ancient architecture in video games, where the whole wall rumbles apart while the ground shakes and dust falls from the ceiling. A magical passageway is revealed. Until a door-shaped part of the wall swings open, as if it was just a door painted to look like the wall, except the texture is somehow exactly the same. Quiet, it's understated, and I would have never guessed in a million years that I was there. Vera clocks my shock and only grins in response. Let me tell you something, kid. Janitors get in and out somehow to dump his trash. Now, smooth little schools like this, they love to give the illusion that they're perfectly protected. Impenetrable walls in every direction, the only gates supervised by a card reader and cameras. Functionally speaking, you think that the janitor is going to walk the gates all the way around the school, go back all the way around and through the gates? Of course not. That's sheer nonsense. Sheer nonsense. On the level, presuming that the janitor took everything to the land of missing socks. Oh, Yahiko. I knew there had to be another way in. And well, it took some searching, but that's how I found this. Why didn't I thought of something like that? Why did it have to be Ryota? You're trying to brag, don't expect a red carpet award from me. I'm trying to tell you kids that even the richest school in all of Sama was a crappy security system. I, one man, outsmarted it. Just like this. To be fair, they probably weren't expecting a serial killer to be in their faculty. Ha! Sloppy work on their part. Let's go. The night isn't getting any younger, nor am I. He turns and slides into the corner, blooming so fluidly that his head stays perfectly even over the ground. I then notice that his careful steps render him virtually silent, like a predator hunting down a piece of injured prey. Creeper! The simple matter of exiting the building, turning the corner, and entering the classroom complex. He leads me up the stairs to the second floor. He pulls open the door, lifting an eyebrow at me, when we stare inside the dim gloom suddenly filled with dread. Everything could be a trap. Maybe I could have already killed Rue. Chiguri could be lying. So many moving components to this encounter, so many potential things that could go completely wrong. I turn my gaze to Ryola, who only jerks his head at the door in a distinctly more impatient fashion. Patience. Out of this nugget in my back portion of my mind that's still miraculously working. Then with one deep breath I enter the classroom. Beers follows straight behind me, announcing my appearance with a loud crow. And the delinquent arrives at last! Pushes up his sleeves as if he's getting ready for work, tossing his keys and phone on top of the desk, probably in an effort to unburden himself for whatever he has planned. Bad touch! Bad touch! Bad touch alert! I stop abruptly, my eyes roving frantically across the classroom, searching empty space. Out in the back corner of the room are 2 desolate figures tied firmly to their chairs. First is a girl, the second a boy. I don't recognize either of them, but they look young, maybe in their first year. Speechless, but even where I sit, I can see the sweat rolling from their temples and dripping onto their necks. Their knees are clearly shaking. Both of them absolutely terrified. is some bystanders pulled into this sick, dastardly game. That's when Ryo abruptly pounds the handle of his knife against his desk, blasts my ears with a sudden sound. I heard it instinctively jumps into my throat. Snickers quietly, the shock that must be evident on my face. Welcome, class! Hate to say it, but you're now in a remedial session. Suffice to say, you've all screwed up in a big way. It's my job to whip you back into shape. How I hate it, but someone in this snooty little elementary school has to smack the hands of the naughty ones. Suddenly whips at me, his eyes blazing fire, pointing the tip of his knife right in my chest. You! Why aren't you sitting down? I sat down, throat dry. Ryo's shoulders immediately relax. Good. That's exactly how I like it. Now, Ishimoto, is it? Since you came in late, you get to be my special assistant. My body goes cold. I immediately turn on the knife. Ryo, reading my intentions, chuckles. Oh, don't look so scared, boy. You'll let me discipline. Sounds like a much better position to be in, doesn't it? Relief courses through me, and I hate myself for it. I shouldn't be relieved. He's a discipliner. I am a discipliner. Whatever he is planning on doing, I will have to copy. He breaks bones, so must I. He saws through limbs, so must I. And if I don't, then all of us will be killed. Right here, right now. The only thing keeping him playing along is me. What do we have to do? Oh, it's quite simple. He strides behind the teacher's desk and pulls something out underneath. Heart drops. 2 metal pipes, around 3 feet in length, rough around the edges. Rolls one to me, and I at least stoop down and pick it up. We take turns inflicting blows on our disciplinees. Good solid blows that make a nice musical sound. The first discipliner who knocks out or kills their disciplinee loses. This is fucking torture, holy shit! Chisu was exploding the wailing at the statement. You bastard! You damn bastard! I can't believe you! Please don't hurt my sister! Don't hurt me! Oh, this makes me freeze. Brother and sister? He knows. He knows! I silently watch as Ryo gleefully skips over to the chairs, dragging the 2 students over. Brother and sister? Cruelty will never end. You know he did this on purpose. I swear, if you leave one finger on my brother! Ryo stops abruptly. Momentum throws the girl against her roast, temporarily choking her into silence. Isn't she just so darling? I picked her out specifically for you, boy. Did you? Oh yes, and she gets to be yours. I stare in silent horror at the girl, when he turns her head away. Sal, look at me! Look at me, Sal! The terrified boy locks eyes with her, face doused in a mixture of tears and sweat. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Do you understand? It won't be. You'll be okay. Of course she'd say that. Except the first person to fall unconscious means a loss. Which means I have to inflict pain without the promise of comfort. I can't do this. I want to win, or at least not lose. Each blow needs to be felt by their conscious mind. Oh, don't give me that face, boy. Be glad I didn't pick the knife. I mean, pretty tentative, but then you'd probably laugh, and that's just boring. Something like this needs to be remembered. So, are we ready to begin? No, we can't. I'll go first. Watch and learn. Stands over the boy, gripping the pipe tightly in one hand, keeping the knife in the other. I watch transfixed, even while everything in my brain is screaming for me to turn away and close my eyes. The boy whimpers quietly, eyes wide, squirming about the crude ropes that bind him to his chair. Ryo smirks quietly at him and ruffles his hair. Not gonna lie to you, kid. This is gonna hurt like hell. No! Ryo raises the pipe painstakingly slow, reveling in the drama of the moment. 3, 2, 1. There's a pipe down, but just when it's an inch away from the boy's kneecaps, he stops. Psych! Boy releases a great shuddering gasp, shoulders dropping in relief. Then, without a moment of hesitation, Ryo lifts the pipe and brings it down. Ugh. goes bone against the metal, and the air splits from the impact of a horrifying, agonized scream, punctuated by a shrill screech of metal as the base of the chair grinds into the ground from the force of the impact. Sadistic freak! Voice is screaming as Ryo steps back in an expression I had never seen before dawning on his face. Oh, beauty! True beauty! How poignant is your sting! He looks quietly to himself as the boy writhes against his chair, like forced into an awkward angle. Oh! Oh! You know what? Hold up! Oh, god damn it. That's not gonna work super well. What's the best way to... Oh. That'll probably work, honestly. What the world? I'll just leave it like that for now. I'll think of like a better way to put it for the next stream, which is probably going to happen tomorrow night, because I'm determined to finish this week, but I know I'm not going to be able to finish it tonight now. I'm just going to get to the end of this scene, and then we're going to call it for the night. I do need to wake up somewhat early in the morning, I think. Damn it! This can't go on. Can't let this go on. Then there's just one thing to do. Well, your turn, boy. This is a nightmare with no awakening. Dark tunnel with no sign of light. What use is it? There's nothing left to wait for. Better end it quickly than prolong needless pain. I shouldn't have come here in the first place. I shouldn't have tried to fix anything. If only I remained unattached. If only I stayed oblivious, none of this would have happened. I raised the pipe with serenity, hands cold but steady. It would have been better if I had just stayed as a normal high school student, breezing past this final year of studies for the university exam. Alienated from this world of misery. Swing the pipe. Oh. Lapse, or the sickening blow of a fever or flu, something on a deeper scale that flows to the outer edge of my body. Sensation that's slimy and incurable. My mind whispers. Sounds from Ryota, even from the boy. Not a single peep. The boy should be screaming in fury, be swearing vengeance at me, vowing to make me suffer for killing his sister. Fortunately, he's a little too much like you. Too much of a nice little doormat. Ryo should be cackling with satisfaction. He finally broke me to the point where I've taken a life. Two of them only stare at me silently as if frozen in time. Frozen in... I drop the pipe, but it lands soundlessly like the world is a velvet muffler. What is this? I step towards Ryo, but he doesn't budge. His eyes remain on the spot where I was. The room is still and silent and miraculously peaceful. Like a scene play on pause or a stage play in the middle of an intermission. Shadow flits in the corner of my vision, immediately drawing my attention. Who's there? Nothing. Of course nothing. There's no longer anything. Simply emptiness. As I am helpless, and there's nothing left for me. This is out of my control. Is he disassociate? He disassociate? This... Is this just disassociation, or... Because you know what this remind me of all things, a game called Will Wonderful World. It's major spoiler territory, and as much as I'm hesitant to suggest playing Will Wonderful World, because if you think this game is fucked up, Will Wonderful World goes a whole fucking different ballpark of, like, fucked up content. But, like, there is one character in Will Wonderful World who does have, like, disassociations, and actually winds up having, like, a thing where he basically disassociates so hard that an alternate personality that loves murder takes over for him. Again, I'm not going to spoil too much more. Play it yourself. It is an interesting game. Just be aware if you're interested in Will Wonderful World, it's incredibly fucked up. You do nothing more. Death after death, an endless cycle of suffering, living in a world that delays in breaking innocent souls. Better to just give up and die. I could fall to the ground right this moment and just let myself rot. That would certainly be ideal. Do I need to live? Lie down without a fight to send my revenge on the world. To make society resent the people who raised such a monster. Tantalizing thoughts. This is out of my control. Now in my control. And so I wake. Never resumed. No, it never stopped at all. I think it's best if I just let this speak for itself. Bleh. Numerous injuries he only got kneecapped. That's still, like, sickening, but hardly numerous. My gaze at the man standing by the shattered teacher's desk. His face is utterly still, masked with years of long practice. He senses new wings of terror beating beneath his breast. No, I'll just keep... No, I'll just let this speak for itself. Who are you? Why do you ask? I'm always torn between letting the scene speak for itself and, you know, reading during these long segments, but I think Lucid9 deserves it. Oh, interesting. Even though I've got the owl on, if I, like, make the game tab away by, like, clicking on mute, it will still stop. Okay, good. Cool to know. Wait, hold up. Oh shit, even though it stops on my OBS, it was still going the whole time. Damn it. fuck, I fucked up the moment anyway. God damn it, me. Nah, nah. You get what you fucking deserve. Really, Yama? That seems unlikely. Hey, you know what my favorite part of the Joker was? What he did to Jason Todd. Let me demonstrate! Oh no, I don't think he's actually going to do that. Bad and yup, we're at the portion of the game where there's going to be bad ends. You've gotta make the correct choices at this point. Oh, I'm upset. I might have actually been able to finish the main story if I knew like the moment like he was like, nope, now Ruby's not gonna be there. I was like, fuck. I know there's a bad ending, I just don't remember, like, how much farther the game lets me take it. But yeah, we're just about at the end, but it's 2:20 AM. I do have to wake up at some point tomorrow morning, like, fairly early. I'm gonna end for tonight. I'm going to end for tonight. I'm going to hopefully wake up feeling a bit more, like, a bit better. Hopefully, like, the residual, like, cough and, like, I haven't really been coughing the last, like, bit, though, have I? I'm gonna hope that, like, the last residual, like, cough and, like, congestion finally goes away by the time I pick this back up tomorrow night, because I'm picking this back up tomorrow night, also around, like, 11 or 11:30 p.m., because we're definitely at the point where I need this to be nighttime. I need that mood lighting. Because we are in horror territory. Now we're in the part where things get fucked up. And I don't want to leave this all. I was hoping to have this all finished before February, because I wanted to start February with my next major project, but it's fine for now. But I do want to have this finished up before the Kickstarter is over. Even though I think Fallen Snow Studios doesn't really give a shit about my plaything. I mean, they did like, I think they liked and retweeted like my first part, but then nothing else. I mean, I'm not really great at like advertising myself, so I get it. So I'm probably just. They don't know us. They're probably... Honestly, for that matter, I'm pretty much at spoiler territory, so maybe they don't want to, like, push, like... At this point, they probably don't want to push, like, They probably don't want to push, like, stuff at this point, since now I'm, like, in the end game. Maybe, I feel like I definitely remember there being a little bit, I feel like I do remember having a bit of a, loose policy regarding, like, spoilers. If you have not checked out Lucid9 yourself, play it, and don't look through, like, maybe don't look through Fallen Snow Studios, like, media tab, or, like, or, like, the Steam community forums, or whatever. Just play it, please. Like, I'm dead tired right now. I am just going to no raid for tonight. I'm just gonna end it here. I swear me. Next time I'll raid. I swear. I need to get better about that again. I need to stop. I need to start getting ready for bed. I need to wake up tomorrow. So thank you everybody for joining me. Tomorrow night, well, really more like later tonight at 11:30, something like that. Hopefully, actually starting on time. Try to finish up. We will actually finish up Lucid9 this time for sure. This time for sure. But I didn't set this to like have finale question mark. But yeah, no, next time for sure I'll finish it up. Thank you everybody for joining me. I hope to see you for the next stream. The last stream of Lucid9, hopefully. See you then.